Dr. Sheila Nazarian and former Navy SEAL Cameron Hamilton. Thank you both for coming on. Cameron, to you first. I want to play some sound from the president, kind of going over the timeline. Watch what he said.
Has your timetable changed in any way in terms of ending this conflict?
No, it's going on. Right now, there's no fighting. Right now, we have a blockade. They're doing no business. I didn't like seeing boats come out if they were doing business with Iran, but if they weren't, no boats came out. So now Iran is doing absolutely no business, and we're going to keep it that way very easily.
Cameron, what do you think about the results of the peace talks over the weekend? Do you think Iran might have overplayed its hand?
Good evening, Trace. I think they definitely overplayed their hand. Most of us were hopeful that they might have some semblance of reasonable negotiation efforts here, but it seems as though their hard lines were simply unacceptable to the vice president. I will say he was selected for this mission because he's a very shrewd negotiator. He's well trusted by the president. What we're looking at now is a blockade where roughly the southern 6 to 7 miles of the Strait of Hormuz, which can be easily controlled by the U.S. military with 15, anywhere between 20 ships, looks like that's going to be a new corridor. They're engaging in anti-mine activities for the hopes that transits can continue.
Yeah. Here is Masih Alinejad, Sheila, and she was talking about how selfish the regime can be. She said the following here. I thought it was interesting. Watch.
For millions of Iranians, it's very, very clear that this regime cannot be trusted. When it comes to get a deal from this regime, from Islamic Republic, the only deal that you can get from this government is just if you appease them, because they want to actually guarantee the lives and freedom of their own children and relatives in America. They can give up their values.
Is she right?
You know, I think Massey's absolutely right. There is no negotiating with this regime. And I actually disagree slightly with Cameron on this one. I think they sent JD Vance because it's rumored that he was against this war. So if JD Vance goes and fails at negotiations, then Trump can say, we have to take the Strait of Hormuz, which was the goal from the beginning and incredibly predictable. So I think this whole negotiating thing was like a show to say we tried diplomacy. But ultimately, we have to take the Strait away from this monstrous regime. We can't let them control the global economy when they're basically terrorists. You can't have negotiations with terrorists.
Well, when it comes to the blockade, Cameron Hamilton, you had General Jack Keane today talking about the significance of this, and he made a very good point, and I'm going to see if you agree with that, because, I mean, it really does. It kind of puts the cards back into America's hand here. Watch this.
I mean, just coming out of the major distribution point at Carg Island, that's 90% plus of their oil distribution just coming out of that one place, and none of that is going to get through. So what has happened here is, you know, Iran really had some momentum when they shut down the Straits of Hormuz. We went to a ceasefire. They wanted to stop the war. And President Trump assessed this, and I think the timing is extraordinary.
It really is. And, you know, you look at the chessboard here, and the longer those Iranian oil ships stay in Iran, they're not going anywhere. You're talking about a financial situation in Iran right now, Cameron, that is dire, is going to get even worse, maybe much worse.
I think that's absolutely spot on. The Iranians have relied upon their ability to use the tariffs and also use these other negotiated fees to reroute ships all throughout that region. The United States was very simple. This goes back to the origins of our country. Even with the Jefferson Wars and the Berber pirates, we've long since believed in free and open trade throughout the world in different shipping routes and channels. We're using our military here in this capacity, I think, in a very effective way. The president is really a firm negotiator. I think he called their bluff. They expected to get away with quite a bit more than they did, and the president simply said, not going to cut it. There's a new sheriff in town. This is also geopolitically setting the tone for future negotiations. We can't forget there are other belligerents in the world that are watching very closely at how this incident is being handled, and they will respond accordingly depending on American resolve.
Yeah, it's no surprise. The president says that somebody was on the phone today saying, hey, maybe we take another stab at these peace talks. You had Dr. Nazim Moinian, Sheila, saying that Iranians' worst fear could soon be realized. Watch this.
The Iranians' worst fear right now is for the bombs to stop dropping. They want this regime to be gone. They've suffered under this tyranny for 47 years. So it's a way for them to be able to withstand the pressures that they are withstanding under now. They are you know, having bombs explode right next door to you when there is a depot for ammunition and there's a missile city under a hospital. These are the facts they live with daily, and they're suffering, but they're taking it.
They're taking it now, Sheila. How long do they take it has been the question that we've been talking about now for weeks.
I think the Iranian people are willing to take it as long as possible, and Trump, for once, is using negotiations with this regime the way that they've used it, as a stall tactic to slowly squeeze and put more and more pressure on this regime to allow the Iranian people to rise up. I'm very, very hopeful for the future, and I'm very hopeful for regime change.
Yeah. Yeah, your hope might very well pay off. Cameron Hamilton, Sheila Nazarian, thank you both.